Happy Friday, everyone. It's Jen at Ink Paper Rubber. Are you ready for the weekend? I hope if you are going to be in town this weekend that you will make plans to stop by and see us tomorrow. We are celebrating our 8th anniversary tomorrow, and it should be lots of fun. We've got door prizes, a grand prize, a free make and take, so stop by and see us if you can. We are also getting ready for the shop hop next week, and as part of that, I'm trying to get in some of our favorite products so that we'll have a really good selection for all the shop hoppers. And of course, you can take advantage of it too, even if you are not doing the shop hop. And one of the things that we got in today was some of our favorites from Tailored Expressions. And so I just wanted to go ahead and share those with you. Some of these you may not have gotten yet, and so you might want to take advantage of the fact that we got them back in. Also got in a few of the latest release back in. We had sold out of some of the items, and we got those back in. First thing we got back in was this clear stamp set. It is the hand-lettered alphabet, and you can see you get this beautiful hand-lettered scripty alphabet. You also get a little small uppercase alphabet, and I'll show you a sample. It's really great when you use this to spell out words or phrases, how much it looks like you really have a beautiful hand-lettered handwriting and that you have done it yourself. So I will show you some samples, and I think you'll see how beautiful that is. We also got back in the Shiplap Background. Hey there, Jan. I love this background. I think you'll probably find us using this a lot. In fact, we are using it on the aforementioned make and take that we have for tomorrow. You can see there what just a beautiful subtle background that gives here. We just did it in brown on a craft colored background, and it's very subtle. And we actually have two different sentiments that you can choose from for tomorrow, and these are both from the new hand-lettered sentiment stamp set. You can see here you get 6 of these beautiful hand-lettered sentiments, perfect for all different kinds of occasions, and we got that back in stock as well. The other new item that we got in, I have to admit to you, when I first saw this, I wasn't sure what I thought of it. But I have since seen a sample that I absolutely fell in love with, which I will show you here in a minute. This is the latest in their Layer It Die release. You may remember their first one was the Layer It Daisy, which we also got back in stock. And this one is the Rustic Floral. You have dies to do 2 different sizes of flowers as well as 2 different sizes of leaves. And like I mentioned, I will show you a sample here when we get done. It combines both of these together, and I love it. Here are some other samples with the Layer It Daisy die. You can see how pretty that is. I love this one. It's just a tone on tone. We also had a class. Jan did this class with this adorable little crate full of daisies. So one of my favorite dies from them. I really, really like that one. This is a stamp from a fairly recent release, not the latest one. It is another background stamp, and it's called Create in Color. And you can see you have all these colored pencils. I guess they don't have to be colored pencils, but I think they are really fun when you make them colored pencils. And here you can see a card that we did. We did watercoloring, and we did the no-line watercoloring technique for this one. We used this stamp. And we also use the Tailored Expressions hybrid ink in the color Sea Salt. This is a very pale gray, as you can see, and because it's a hybrid ink, it's perfect for watercoloring. It's also, if you prefer to use alcohol markers, you can use this same ink, and because it's so pale, when you get finished, you don't even see those lines that you stamped in there to start with. This is a pretty old one, but it is a favorite. We have used it a lot, and in fact, Jan has a class coming up in September using this one. This is the Mandala cutting plate die, and this is, like I said, a favorite of ours. Here is a sample that we did. We just did it really simple, cut it out of black and put it on this pretty marbled background. Here we used it and we created a background with the gilding polish, which I do have some more of those coming in, and then again just layered it in black. Here is another one where we did an ink blended background and then layered it on top of it. And this is Jan's class that's coming up. It is on the September calendar. It's on a Sunday, so you can go out and see it. And I love the colors of this, all the beautiful fall colors in here. You will do 4 cards, and you can see you're going to do some paper piecing to do an inlaid look with that. And it really comes out really gorgeous. So I knew that I had to get that die back in stock. This is another one that's been really popular. It is the Framed Roses cutting plate. This one came out earlier in the year, and this one is absolutely beautiful. Here we did a class. We did a 2-for-1 class with this one where we die cut it out of white, and then we layered it on top of a piece of white paper, and we did some ink blending, and basically this acted like a mask. And when we were done, we had this beautifully colored piece that we used here, the actual die cut here. You can see that's actually popped up, so that is the die cut. And then here is the background that we created. This is just flat. We used that basically as a mask, and at the same time we colored the die cut, we also colored this beautiful background. And so it's just the reverse of the die cut. And in the center of these are these great sentiments, the framed script sentiments. We used the love and the hello. And another one that they came out with later was the happy, and they work perfectly with the Framed Roses cutting plate. As you can see, they fit right in that opening, but you don't have to use them with the Framed Roses. Here's one where we just used the hello by itself. We made a cute little shaker element on this card, so really versatile. All right. Again, from a release earlier this year was this adorable stamp set called Can't Touch This. You can see we have the various cacti on here, and we have some really cute punny sentiments on here. We also have these little faces in case you want to put a face on your cactus. And there is a coordinating die set, which I really think is a must to go with this stamp set. It has the dies to cut out the cactus. It also has dies for pots, and you can see there's a die for the flowers on it, and you even have a little sombrero. And here are a couple of cards that we did with that. You can see that one there, and here's one where we put the mustache on the cactus. So that's a really fun set. Again, from earlier this year, one of my favorites that they came out with, it was their Flip the Floral Stamp Set. And you can see you have this beautiful etched rose image here, and then you have quite a few different sentiments. This really is a great set for all different occasions, and it really makes a really elegant card, and it can be really simple. Here is a sample that we did, and we just stamped it in black on white, and you can see how pretty that is. We put it on a pale lavender card base, and to do that we used the coordinating Flip the Floral die, which cuts that out, so it made it so that we could layer it on there very easily. The latest release had a new Inky Fingers for Halloween. This is one of the previous ones that I absolutely love. It's the Monster Inky Fingers. And somebody asked me about this the other day. Yes, indeed. You use your fingerprint or your thumbprint to stamp the bodies, and then you have all these different faces, and you can see the horns and the tails that go with it, and then a number of different sentiments. And here was a fun card. I think we did that as a make and take. If you have kids or grandkids, this would be really fun to do with them. All right, getting close to the end here. As I mentioned, we got a lot of stuff in. We are coming up on fall and winter, and I think this is a great set of stamps and dies to have for that. It would make some great masculine cards. This die is called Woodland Silhouettes. You can see you have the stag head and also the leaping stag. And really working great with that is the Buffalo Plaid background stamp. And this one is a coordinating one that you can use by itself, but you can also stamp with the Buffalo Plaid. And someone asked me the other day, they weren't quite sure how it works. And what you do is you just stamp this on colored cardstock. So on this one, we used a light blue cardstock, and then we stamped it with a darker blue. So really easy to get that Buffalo Plaid background. All right, here is a great one for summertime. This is the Officially Awesome set. You can see these cute little sea critters here. We have the manta ray, the octopus, the whale, and there is a die set. And here was a cute little card that we did with that one. Also got some things in preparation for the shop hop. We are using some of these items here for our shop hop make and take, and so we wanted to get those back in stock. This die is the Rolling Waves die. There are 3 different stitched waves that come with it. The mermaid tail, and also the on a hinge. We'll be using all of those in our shop hop make and take. And here is actually a card that we did previously that you can see we used the mermaid tail and on a hinge, and that lets that mermaid tail swing back and forth. Last thing to show you here, we got some ink in. These ink colors here we will be using in our shop hop make and take. I wanted to be sure and get them in. Saltwater Taffy, one of my favorite older colors, Cookie Monster, and one of my favorite newer colors is Blue Raspberry. Also got back in one of our favorite black inks, the Oreo. It is a hybrid ink, which means that you can use it with watercolors. You can also use it with alcohol markers. And we also got in the 2 latest colors, the Avocado and the Honey. They are beautiful. I did go ahead and do some samples up for you. On the left is the Honey, and on the right is the Avocado. You can see stamping and also doing ink blending. Perfect colors for fall. All right, let's finish up and show you a couple of samples here. Here is a sample of the Rustic Florals, and that's just using cardstock, and you can see how pretty that is. But this is the one I wanted to show you that I fell in love with. Here they actually used watercolors. They used the Tailored Expressions liquid watercolors to create all their papers, so that's why they have such great variations of color in them. And then they die cut and layered it on top of the Shiplap background. You can also see there, as I mentioned, the Layer It Daisy die in there, the Shiplap background, and also the hand-lettered sentiments there on it. And one last thing I wanted to show you, there is the hand-lettered alphabet. Look how beautiful that looks. You would not know looking at that those were all individual alphabet stamps on there, and again stamped on the Shiplap background. All right, that is it for right now. I hope you all have a great weekend. We hope to see you on Saturday, and enjoy the weekend. Goodbye.